Hi guys, in this lecture we'll be creating one more fantastic game. I'm sure you must have played that air hockey on the table, right? We'll be creating a game something like that. We'll be calling it Pong. So let's close our bounce application, open up a new IDLE, and right, expand this, and let's create a new file. Whoops, we shouldn't have expanded that actually, because, right. File, new file, and let's save this as Command S and Pong. Pong. Great. So this app will be somewhat similar to our bounce app, but in this case we'll have two paddles. So this is going to be a two-player game. Once we're done, I'm pretty sure you can show off to your friend or someone. You can play it with them and have some fun. Now the concept is going to be quite simple. There's going to be two paddles, one on the left side, one on the right side. In the middle, there's going to be a line. The background is going to be black, and there'll be a ball. And that ball will move back and forth between the paddles. If it hits one of the ends, then what? Then it goes to a point for the other person. If it hits the right end, then it's going to be a point for the left person. And the first person to get to 10 wins. So the concept is quite simple, but the coding is going to be a little more difficult than the last one. So first, let's import the modules that we need from Tkinter, import star, import random, and import time. Great. Next thing we need to do is we're going to be creating our canvas. So it's straightforward. TK is equal to TK. And before we create our canvas, we'll be doing some stuff. Let's first create our title. Is going to be Pong. Awesome. And then we'll be creating tk.resizable. So basically, whatever we did in the last lecture, we'll be copying that. tk.wm attributes. Quotation marks topmost. And then comma 1. Awesome. Canvas is equal to canvas tk comma width comma is equal to 500 and height is equal to 500, or actually for our game we're going to be doing it 400. Border should be 0 and our highlight thickness is going to be 0. So if you want, actually, let's just open up our previous bounce application. So let's open this up. Bounce, not in text edit, but let's open this up in that's fine. So here we have our bounce. If you want for a reference to see what we did, so we'll just be copying the beginning part at least. So we're going to do canvas.pack and tk.update, or we'll doing okay, sure, tk.update. Great. So if you run this, you'll see, or let's just run this for the sake of running. Save this. And we get our Pong. So this is our interface. Now, there's a few edits that needs to be made. So let's first create our user interface. First thing first is there's one part about the canvas I haven't told you about. It's called item config. So I'm going to say canvas.itemConfig. Now with this item config, you can change a lot of stuff. Let's say you wanted to change a color from green to yellow. You'll say that item.itemConfig and then in brackets, color equal to blah. So for now, what we're going to do is we're going to change our background color to black. So we're going to say BG is equal to black. Great. So Command S, F5, do we have a black background? Yes or no? It says missing one required positional argument, tag world. Now, what does that mean? I'm not sure. I found the reason. Item config is not with canvas. Item config is with different items. We'll be getting to that quite soon, actually. Sorry about that. It's canvas.config. So we're configuring the canvas to have a background called black. Let's run this, F5. And do we have a black background? Awesome. So now our Pong, as you can see, has a black background. Now, the next thing we have to do is we have to create a line in the middle. So we're going to say canvas.createLine in brackets 250, comma 0, 250, comma 400. Sorry, 400. That's our height, remember? And then we're going to say fill is equal to white. Command S, let's run this to see what we have. Awesome. So now this is going to be our interface. We'll have one paddle over here, one paddle over here. The ball will start in the middle, and that's going to be pretty much it. And then we'll code our game. So let's create a new class. That class is going to be called class ball. So like our previous one, class ball, we're going to initialize it, but we'll be initializing it the same way as well. Def init, we'll be taking 3 parameters, canvas and color. Alright, let's put a colon, my bad. And then we'll say self.canvas is equal to canvas. And then what? We're going to say self.paddle, or actually we don't have a paddle yet, so let's wait. But what we can do is we can create our ID. I'm sorry, self.id is equal to canvas.createOval. So you know what, let's just copy the same code that we had over here. So it's gonna be oval, but right, so 10, 10, 25, 25, and we're gonna say fill is gonna be whatever color you wanted. So color. And then we're gonna say self.canvas.move, self.id, and then we want to move it to 240, 260. So command S F5, let's see what this does. That's right, we haven't initialized our this thing yet, so let's first initialize our ball is equal to, or let's do lowercase, ball is equal to ball, parameter should be canvas, comma, color, let's just make this orange, so orange, and then let's create a while one statement, so while one, canvas.update, and then what was the other two that we used? Let me just quickly check. Sorry, it wasn't canvas.update, it was tk.update, tk.update, idle tasks, tk.update, and time.sleep 0.01. Great. Command S F5, let's see if we can get a ball. Awesome. So our ball's arrangement isn't really where we want it to be. We want it to be in the middle, but it's down below. So let's kill it. Yes, we want to do it in the middle. So what would the middle be? It would be 190 to 210, I believe should work. F5, let's see if that works. So that's given it over here. So okay, I got it. We're gonna be doing so 200 or 200, 250, 200. Try that. That should work. That should get in the middle. Source must be saved. Okay. Off by a few. That. So let's try. Click OK. Just follow our line. I'm not sure why it's not doing that properly, but let's just try 240. Will that work? Sorry about that. All right, let's do 235. So 235. Hopefully this should be the last time we're going to do this. Yeah, good enough. So now we have a ball. It's in the middle of the line. That's where we wanted it to be. Great. So I'm just going to go to our here. All right. So we've now initialized our class ball. We have it in the middle. Now let's add some movement. So let's create our def move. So like always, or the def draw. So def draw should take the parameter self. And all we're going to say is self.canvas.move, self.id, self.x, self.y. We have to initialize those variables here as well. Self.x is equal to 0 at the moment. And self.y, I think we'll just do it the same as well. So self.x is equal to 0 and self.y is equal to 0 as well before we get the ball to actually move. And then if you remember, we have to add the parameters as well. So first let's add the top and bottom parameters. So we're going to say, let's just copy off this. So if position 0, okay, actually let's just go up and copy this. So if position 1 is less than 0, so Command C, Command V, great. And if position 3, let's copy that line, we don't want the other line, is that, then we want to say self.y is equal to -3. So hopefully you got that. All we did is we set the parameters. If the top of the ball has gone beyond the screen, bring it back. If the bottom of the ball has gone beyond the screen, then bring it back. So let's start shooting off our ball. So let's create our list. Starts is going to be equal to same thing, but in this time -3, 3. And self.x is going to be, well, let's shuffle this up first. So random.shuffle starts. Self.x should be equal to starts 0, so either -3 or 3, and self.y should be -3. Let's give it a starting value. Alright, great. So we did quite a lot. Let's see F5 if this works, and we have a running program or not. So nothing seems to be happening. It's not drawing. Let's see why. Hopefully you should have guessed the answer. If not, don't worry. We have to update. So we have to say ball.draw. Simple as that. Command S, F5. And does it work? No, it's giving us an error. Name position is not defined. That's right. We forgot to initialize our position. So position is equal to canvas.self.canvas.chords. And we'll pass in the self.id. So there we go. Now this should work. F5. Does this work? No, it's giving us another error. Ball object has no attribute canvas height, obviously. So I guess we're missing a lot. I'm sorry about that. I forgot. So self.canvas_height. Let's initialize the variable is equal to canvas dot, what was it? It was WinPro. Self.canvas dot self dot canvas dot winfo self dot canvas, sorry about that, dot winfo height. Great. So now we have initialized our height. Command S. Let's try running this. Hopefully it should work. It shouldn't give us an error again. Great. So our ball hit the side and went off the screen. So let's quickly write the program to get the ball bouncing again. So it's bouncing everywhere. So let's just say if position 0 is less than or equal to 0, then we want to say self.x should be equal to 3. And if position 2 is greater than, so let's also create the width. So self.canvas.width is equal to self.canvas.winfo_height. So basically, so far, whatever we did in our bounce application, we've just copied that because the ball framework should be the same. Obviously, we'll be changing this stuff later on, but for now, it's fine. So if position 2 is greater than or equal to self.canvas_width, let's change that. Sorry, it shouldn't have been a dot. Alright, then what do you want to do? We want to bring x back. So self.x is equal to -3. Command S, F5. Let's take a look, and we have a bouncing ball. Would you look at that? So our ball seems to be bouncing early. It's not going all the way. Now, why is that? I have no clue, but let's see. So let's go back over here, close this. What have we done? We have created our canvas, which was a width 500 and height 400. And we're saying over here self.canvas.winfo height. I guess in case this error happens to you, let's just say self.canvas underscore width is equal to 500. Let's not even use that function. Obviously, it'll still work. Let's see if this works. There we go. So now it's going till the end. It's going to the end, and we have a ball bouncing in a box. Great. In the next lecture, we'll create the paddles and we'll program them, and we'll get further into creating our Pong. Sounds good. See you in the next lecture.